Hello, today we're going to talk about a project on magnetoreception. So what magnetoreception means is that animals, or certain animals, have the ability to detect magnetic fields. And this is useful for them to do certain things such as navigating around their habitats, or moving across very large distances, such in the case of migration. So certain animals include birds, turtles, or even ants. And today we're going to demonstrate the ability to detect magnetic fields in ants. So experimental setup can be found over here. We will have two different setups, one with the magnet and one as a negative control without the magnet. So here is the negative control setup. What we're going to do is we're going to measure the time taken for the ant to cross 20 cm across our non-magnetic object. So let's say we take the ant over there. And we see that it takes about 6.05 seconds. Then now we move on to the magnetic setup, where there is a magnetic object in place of the non-magnetic object. And we also measure the time taken for it to travel 20 cm across the object. So you see it takes about 7.3 seconds. And so we'll do this 10 times for each setup. Okay, so the results that we observed for our experiment is that for the magnetic setup, ants take longer to travel across that same distance as compared to the non-magnetic setup. So why is that so? Well, usually ants would make use of the Earth's magnetic field to help them in their navigation and traveling across their habitat. But in this case, when we introduce the magnetic object, we have disrupted the magnetic field and the ability to detect the Earth's magnetic field. So for our experiment here, the ants will be slightly disoriented and thus would take a slightly longer time to travel across that same space. And that is why we observe that difference in time taken to travel the same distance.